It's time for a chat with Pat.
Stepped on you. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
Well, it's going to be kind of a different kind of chat because we cannot reach our guest today. So just to let you know, though, he was coming on to talk about the Toledo Celtic Fest.
Oh, nice.
It is the first. It's the inaugural event. And I had some questions for him, but I'll just give you the information. So because we're booked the rest of the week. But it is going to be at Oakshade Grove on Saturday. So if you like Celtic, things, it's really let me give you from Facebook. It's I like that, Ron. Very nice. Thank you. I feel like I've got to do an Irish jig.
Yeah.
Celebrate Catholic heritage with a full day of live entertainment, delicious food, Irish beer. Either of you guys ever have Irish beer?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. What is it good?
It is.
Yeah, it has beer in it.
Well,
It
you
has
think
the
of
word
Killian's
beer.
and you think
Yeah.
of Guinness and
Oh,
yeah.
but
No, very
yeah,
good.
there are a lot of great Smithics. And,
Okay. Cultural displays and family-friendly activities. Also, you can stroll through our vendor show featuring local artisans, crafters, and specialty vendors while enjoying music, fellowship, and rich traditions of Ireland and the Celtic nations. So again, it is this Saturday, July 25th. The hours are from noon to 9 at night. The vendors will be open from 12 to 5. And again, it's at Oakshade Grove. That address, it's out in my neighborhood, 3624 Seaman Road, Oregon, Ohio. And it is a $5 admission fee. They call it a charity donation. Yeah, that's it. That's a good deal. And it says, whether you're Irish by heritage or Irish at heart, the Toledo Celtic Fest offers something for everyone. So bring your family, friends, a day filled with great music, amazing food, and cultural traditions. Now, it's sponsored. Maybe you guys know this because this was going to be one of my questions to him. Ancient Order of Hibernians.
Oh, yeah.
What are those? What are the Hibernians? Anybody know?
I've heard the name, but I don't really know.
I mean, it's
I don't
just
know the
it's a
history
group
of them.
dedicated to, I think, preserving Celtic culture.
Okay.
I don't know its roots, but it is an ancient order. So
Okay. We know it's old.
We know
it's old. So if, and I am not Irish. I am German, as German can be. But people used to think I was Irish because they always misspelled my last name. It was it's spelled O-E-D-Y, but people would spell it like it sounds, O-D-E-Y.
Right.
So then it would turn into Pat O'Day.
Oh, yeah, right.
So so people would think I was really, really Irish, and I would say, no, I'm really, really German.
Really, really German.
Really, really
Yeah,
German.
yeah.
But then
I'm
I
from a
married
German family. I can recognize it.
That's right. But I married a Scotsman, Murray.
Yeah.
So now I'm Pat Murray. I even have more of a kind of a Celtic flavor, I think. But anyway, I'm sorry that Robert cannot be with us today, but hopefully we did him proud, and we'll get people out to that. So I'm excited about that. So, guys, I wondered, we talked a little bit, Teresa touched on the whole thing of the Religious Freedom Report from the White House. I know it's been out for a while. Have you guys read that? Have you had any insights into it?
Highlights from it, but
Yeah.
no. I mean, obviously, it points out some of the attacks that have taken place and that they're trying to overcome. So,
Right.
making some progress.
Yeah, and I just was so impressed that Bishop Barron was asked to be a part of that committee because there's nobody that can represent us better than that. That's for sure. So we can just chat about anything you would like. So, Dave, do you have anything you would like to chat about?
I think regarding his comments about the religious liberty, his input on that, and the things that he saw as the potential issues in front of us.
Yeah.
The ways that religious liberty might be continuing to be hacked away at in the United States of America, and drawing our attention to that so that we can avoid it. And obviously some of the bigger ones are some of the things that Peter just talked about.
Yep.
The fact that people are going to be forced into doing things that are contrary to their faith because those religious liberties are not being respected.
Right. And one of the things I know last week when Bishop Thomas was on for a chat with Pat, he was talking about the pro-life committee and what it's doing, and different things, and I had a conversation with him later about, I said, I know my bias. I am very much about conversion of heart. I don't, I believe, government's important,
Right.
but I'm a small government kind of girl, because I believe it's our job to take care of one another. But, he pointed out on Chat with Pat that, right now, yes, the government might, approve of something like, let's say, abortion, but that doesn't mean you have to get one, right?
Right.
But, he pointed out, as he is brilliant in these areas, that, we've got to be careful because there comes a time, like, how they use our money, right, to support Planned Parenthood. Right. We can't be a part of those kinds of things. And so we have to take a stand on that. And, you've heard the old saying, the camel's nose under the tent, right? That the idea is, first we just kind of encourage or allow it, and then we could get to a point where we're pushed.
Yeah, right.
And so I get that, but I how do you guys balance that? Because for me, I will be quite honest, it is always a struggle. I am, I'm all about principle of subsidiarity, local. Let's take care of our families. Let's take care of our communities. And that there is this personal piece to that, because the Gospels were very personal, telling us we got, you've got to get your act together,
Yeah.
So I'm curious. That's a struggle for me.
There obviously is an individual responsibility, right? You see
Right.
that very clearly in the scriptures. You see it in the history of the church. There's also a collective responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at the responsibility of the community, God holds communities responsible for the acts of the community.
Yeah.
And so it worries me greatly that as a nation,
Right.
we support things that are so sinful,
Right.
have such degradation, and yet it is our dollars that are paying for those things. And so it becomes a nationwide sin.
Yeah.
And you can look through the scriptures from start to finish, and you could see whole nations held responsible for what that nation chooses to do, even if individuals within it choose something different.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's a heaviness to that.
There is. And I just really have a hard time balancing all that in my head. That's why I'm always so happy that I get to teach personal morality, because I,
Right. Yeah. It's hard to teach
I know.
nationwide morality. Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
but I do teach social morality too. And I'm
Right.
always very clear with students that I know sometimes I have a bias. And so I'm trying to be very, yes, we are responsible as a community too. And how does that work? Right. But that to me is always a struggle. So
As long as we participate by at least speaking out, by voting, by our actions, and we do what we can. We can't change the world, obviously.
Right.
But we may be able to change a soul or two or three or several.
yeah. And there was a saint today, not the one that you've been mentioning, Ron, but another one, which I found very, my saints sometimes on one of my apps do not line up with.
Right.
Their saint of the day was Saint Victor of Marseilles, I think. And he's the patron of soldiers. He was a Christian soldier. And so, serving in the Roman Imperial Army. And I think this is an interesting thing here, because here we get to the heart of it, right? He was a Christian, and yet he served in the Roman army. How did he work that all out? It's an incredible story, that he encouraged Christians to be faithful. And he would do it in the middle of the night. He'd go around to give them strength to stay faithful.
Yeah.
And they caught him. He was arrested. He was tortured. And he refused. They considered him an atheist because he would not submit to the Roman gods.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So he was killed for being an atheist. But in our response, he was killed for being a martyr for the faith. So very interesting. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for jumping in on that.
Thank you, Pat.
At the last minute here. I appreciate it.
Well, Robert, you're missed out. Sorry.
Hopefully we did you proud.